it's Jana from Ballerinas by Night. Welcome to my new home studio space. There have probably been a lot of questions around what this new space is that I've been dancing in. I've been talking about it on our Instagram account, so make sure to follow us over there if you are not already. But today's video, I'm going to share what this space is, how I got it, why I'm doing this, and everything that I've done so far in what I'm calling phase one of the studio remodel. So I'm gonna get into that now. Hi, welcome to my new home studio space. I cannot believe that I am saying that. The past few videos that I have filmed have been in this space and not in my previous bedroom space that you guys all know and love. I love it too. I was given the opportunity to utilize the space to dance. If you follow us on Instagram, Ballerinas by Night on Instagram, I have been sharing the process of turning this into a ballet studio since January of 2021. It is now December of 2021, and I'm just now getting to a place to start utilizing it. But I wanted to do a YouTube video full of footage from beginning to this current phase and explain to you, how I got the space, why I'm in the space, my plan for the final result of this. But this is my phase one completion, and so I'm in here and I'm dancing and I'm utilizing it. So I think I want to share with you guys how it came to be so far and answer any other questions that you have. I will try to do my best to be as thorough about it, but it's been 12 months of doing this. I'm sure I will forget something, but anyway, let's get into the details. Okay, so backstory. This is a building that was an art studio on my in-laws' property. So my mother-in-law and my husband's grandmother, they were both artists. So they used this space to keep equipment and supplies and just artwork in general. So this has always been a creative space. They also live on, I don't know how many acres, but there's a single car garage attached here to keep lawn equipment. It's also situated right next to their pool, so we've kind of utilized this during pool season, although there is no bathroom down here because of the plumbing and I'm being on septic, and I don't know. We will see if I can get a toilet put down here, but I don't know if that's gonna be a possible thing. So that's kind of a kink in utilizing the space, but just happy to have it. So basically this building has not been used in many, many years. And then my mother-in-law passed away in 2017. And it's, definitely sat still since then. So my husband and his dad have been spending, quite a few years going through all of the stuff in this building. And then really in 2020, really started ramping up, clearing it out. And I started seeing the open space and was just kind of teasing about how this would be a really great dance space, because all empty rooms are great dance spaces to me. And so, but then my father-in-law was like, you should use it. And so I kind of came up with the game plan, and here we are. So the walls here are faux wood panel, brown commercial grade carpet. The window, all the wood trim was brown. The fluorescent lights were like the yellowy fluorescent lights. So I came in and I was like, I want to paint it all white, but I had to sand down the walls. All of the creases that are in this paneling, you can't just roll, you have to make sure you get inside of the creases. So it took me months to paint this thing. A lot of the stuff on the Instagram stories about me painting, and I would like to take a moment to thank all of the friends that showed up and painted with me. I really appreciate that. Special shout out to Joanna and her husband, ballet librarian, for coming down from Kansas City to hang out with me and paint. That was very, very nice of them. So that was the process of just getting the space to be just a not dark brown. And that took months. I wanted to throw in the towel a couple times just with that process. So then the next thing was to pull up the carpet, and that revealed this as you can kind of see over on this side, the glue spots that are left up, and I was worried about then putting a sprung floor on top of that and it being level and everything, but I went and talked to a carpet center place, and they were like, just let it go, don't worry about it. So I was like, that is the greatest news So I thought that was gonna delay my floor install, but it did not. So we just pulled up the carpet and it's gonna just look like this. So that brings me to discussion about the floor. Let me switch my angle. Okay, so I knew that I wanted to put in a sprung floor in this space because safety, obviously. The issue I was having is that the ceilings are only 8 feet tall in here. Plus I've got this drop down fluorescent light thing happening. So I don't have a ton of height. There were also ceiling fans in here. I still need to get a cover to cover that, but they dropped down. I could literally touch them like here. And so I had to take those out. Eventually it would be nice to get some recessed lighting in here. And we talked about even, raising the ceiling, but that was just it's a whole other deal. So I was like, I will just make the lowest sprung floor that I possibly can. And fortunately, the company O'Mara, but they had sent us a portable sprung floor, which was like a nice 3x4 piece of birch wood with foam blocks underneath it. And so Abby and I had been practicing on those at home and it felt amazing and it was such a simple concept. And so I was like, I bet I can just make that bigger in this space versus doing like the traditional lattice sprung floor. I don't know if you've ever like looked into like a legit sprung floor and how it's made. If you haven't seen that before, get on YouTube. There's tons of videos of people making sprung floors. I was obsessively watching all of those videos because I was like, how do I make this work? But I knew I could not do that because I would need like at least 5 inches, at least, of flooring. And I was like, every inch counts when your ceiling is not very tall. So I decided I would just do a larger version of that O'Mara floor. I ordered just the foam blocks. They're just like this. This is a 3/4 inch, ½ inch foam block, and it already has an adhesive on one side. I ordered these from Stage Step, I think. I can link everything below that's linkable. And then I went to Lowe's and I got 4x8 sheets of plywood. This is ½ inch OSB because it's like completely flat on the top. I did ½ inch because I was, again, trying to keep my height down as much as I possibly could. And I knew I was gonna have to do 2 layers. So the bottom layer, I adhesed the foam blocks to. Originally, I was just like, I'm just gonna set all of them one direction and then set the other direction. And then I had a friend come help me put it all together. And he was like, this isn't actually like flush and flat. You basically have an outer floor and an inner floor. And I was like, oh shoot. So pro tip, you're gonna have to get your 4x8 plywood sheets cut. They need to be in different sizes so that you can make a pattern. And so all your seams are on top of each other on the layers. So I had 4x8 sheets cut into a 2 foot and a 6 foot. And then that gave me 2 feet, 6 feet, and 8 foot pieces to puzzle together in opposite patterns on the bottom and then on the top. And then I went in and screwed it in with wood screws. So that is all I've done on the floor. And both sets of plywood are the ½ inch. If I would do it again, I would probably get a slightly thicker one. So one is a little bit heavier. I feel like I could use like a more like this. It's pretty darn springy, which like that may or may not be, how you might like your floor, but for me, it's a pretty springy floor. Obviously you can see it is not finished. So this was part of my phase 1. This was as much wood as I could afford at the time. So I need to get 8 more sheets of plywood. And my father-in-law literally just walked in here and handed me some cash. For Christmas, he wants me to finish my floor. So hopefully that will get to happen really soon then. But I will finish the floor, put the rest of the foam blocks on the bottom sets, slide in the rest of the floor, screw it together. And so then my floor will go all the way to the other side of the room, which is so exciting. That brings me to talking about the Marley. Okay, so here is my temporary Marley. I knew that the Marley that I have at my house, which is the stuff that Abby gave me years ago, would not cover nearly enough of this space. So I looked on eBay and I looked on Facebook Marketplace and like anywhere I could to find just like secondhand Marley to use temporarily because I knew I was gonna have at least this much room for a little while. And I found these 6 sheets from a woman that was selling them in Dallas, and I live in Oklahoma, so this was not a long drive for me. So they were just like in great condition. This is Harlequin, so it looks like her daughter probably dances, and they had it during the pandemic. So she was selling them for super cheap. I can't even remember. I was just like, yeah, I will buy it. So I drove down there and picked it up. If you ever pick up Marley, never just like fold it. Like it always needs to be transported on a tube, because if you get creases in that stuff, like it just doesn't come out. And my stuff that I have at home, somebody borrowed it once and then just literally threw it in a corner, and it sat there for like a week, and I came to pick it up and it's ruined. It's completely creased everywhere. I was so angry. This is working out perfectly for the amount of floor that I have now. Obviously, when I finish the floor, I will need more Marley, so I'm going to bring the sheets that I have at home and put them over there temporarily. They will not match, and it will drive me crazy because I care about that stuff, but it'll work for now. And the long-term plan is to get a custom Marley cut for the space in a light gray. That's just my favorite. That'll be great, right? It'll be so great. Oh. Okay, we've talked flooring, we've talked walls, we've talked Marley. Let's go over bars, mirrors, decor next. Bars, I'm just gonna probably keep utilizing my same galvanized pipe bar that I have a tutorial of how to make. I might make a couple more, at least one more, once the rest of the floor is done, because I'll probably have like friends actually come dance with me in this space at that point. And then the next big thing that I want to order is mirrors. Right now I'm just using this wardrobe mirror. What I have been planning since the beginning is to get the glassless mirrors that are on casters, on rollers, so that I can move them around as needed for the space, depending on how I want to take class, how I want to use it for filming. And I like the idea of the flexibility, especially as I'm using the space and kind of figuring out more permanently what things would be beneficial or not. And when the mirrors aren't on the rollers, you can always take the mirrors out and have them mounted. So, it's all just kind of figuring out how I'm using the space and what would be best. So, but I imagine when I have the whole floor done that I would like to do class, facing this direction, because I have more wide, have more width. Is that what I'm trying to say? I had somebody recommend to me a light mirror, so I'll probably order from them. I thought about maybe doing like floor mounted bars at some point, but again, I want the flexibility of moving things around for now. Decoration wise though, I've got some curtains hung. I need to have another set to go on the window over here. And then I have ordered some artwork from Point Brush. I'm so excited. Margot, you're amazing. And I have just been like waiting for the moment to hang up some of her work in the space. So that will be happening soon. I have it ordered. Oh, I have some, let me show you. Kristen made me these plant hangers while she's in Bahrain and mailed them to me. And so I just need to get some plants to put in them. And then I think I might want to hang them from the ceiling, like in the corner over here or something. I might make some sort of like neutral colored sound absorption things, because it's very, very echoey in here. I need some more things to warm it up. And of course I have filmed this on like the gloomiest day. So it gets brighter in here. It's still kind of not super bright, just because like I'm kind of tucked underneath some trees and stuff. So, and the windows aren't, terribly large, but, I should also note the sink over here, that I also painted the cabinet of that pink. But yeah, this is the space. It's like insane. Every time I walk in here, I'm just like, wow, like this is so cool. I just like I can't believe it. It's so exciting. All right, that completes the phase 1 studio remodel tour. Hope you guys have really enjoyed this. Again, let me know if there's any specific questions that you have about the space even more. I need to also get the internet booster hooked up down here, because right now I can't stream anything that I haven't already downloaded. So like I can't take any Instagram live classes or like do any virtual classes down here now, which is a total bummer, because there's a whole bunch of that available right now. So that's definitely next on the list to get done. But anyway, so excited. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I appreciate it a lot. It's really fun getting to share my love of ballet with you all. So make sure to subscribe here on YouTube if you are not already, and follow on Instagram at Ballerinas by Night. Again, I have a two story highlights saved of the studio remodel if you want to kind of see in real time this process happening outside of this video as well. All right, that's it for today. I'm gonna go do some class now. Okay, thanks guys, bye.